spotlighting the very best at Geneva College Golden Tornado Athletics. This is Tornado Tuesday. And now, here are your hosts, Van Zanik and Andrew Fee.
Welcome back to Tornado Tuesdays. I'm Andrew Fee alongside Van Zanik. We're happy to be here with you after a great week of Geneva athletic action. We'll work our way backwards. We'll start Saturday night. The women's basketball team made a record 21 threes, 12 in the third quarter. We're going to interview Abby King, who had 6 of them. But just absolutely incredible. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I mean, if you were Teal, I mean, obviously they've had their struggles the last several years, but the way the game went in the first half, I mean, it was a 10-point game at halftime, and Geneva was very fortunate to be winning by 10. They had not played very well at all. And when the second half came about, I mean, it was just, I mean, every time the ball went up, it went in. I mean, I think there was 12 for 14 or something, 12 for 15 from three-point range, which is incredibly unheard of. But it's exciting to see the potential that could be with this team when they make threes. Now, you don't expect that on a nightly basis, but man, it was something to behold. It was really cool. I mean, it really was. And it wasn't the fast-paced stealing balls and making transition baskets that you know we were accustomed to see a few times this year for Coach Grinder's group. But Emily Melnick got hot. Abby King got hot. I mean, everybody, there was getting contributions from everybody. It was special. It was really nice to see, especially on senior night. You felt good for Emily, who had a tough first half, but obviously she made up for it in the second half. And it's just good for that program in particular, those seniors who have been through a really rough road in their 4 years to end on that kind of note, at least at home. I know there's work to be done in the postseason, but it was a special way for them to end.
Yeah, that was the first time they've scored over 100 points in 25 years. It's looking like probably around a sixth place finish, which will be the highest finish in PAC women's basketball history. So really exciting about that. But the men's program, they went up to Teal on Saturday, beat Teal up there with a strong second half. They were down in the first half, and then they beat Westminster on Wednesday night, which was, they lost to Westminster on a close game Wednesday night, which was a strange game as well, to say the least. But getting back in the win column this weekend was important for them.
Yeah, never easy on the road, fans or no fans. And we haven't had a whole lot of success at Teal in years past going on the road. And so to come back after a tough loss to Westminster, which was kind of the first place showdown, and it was a 1-point game. It didn't really feel like a 1-point game. The fact that we were down 11 with, I think, 35 seconds left. And Westminster did all it could do to try to get us the win down the stretch. But, give the guys credit for hanging around and really making it very competitive at the end. And then coming back at Teal, I mean, just you get contributions again. Amos off the bench, Amos Luptak, and then Joel Stute shooting the basketball, and of course tipped in. And just again, a nice balanced attack offensively. Excited to see what the postseason is going to bring. One more regular season game with Franciscan on Saturday night, a game that was postponed earlier in the year. So it looks, for all intents and purposes, that Geneva is going to finish second in the conference, second seed, and obviously that ensures, if they continue to win, a couple home playoff games in the quarterfinals and semifinals, and then you wait and see how it falls. There's a lot of equity in the conference, and so it'll be a really exciting week of basketball, the way the schedule sets up. So I'm looking forward to it, and expectations are high. It's been a while since that's been the case. Of course, Geneva lost in the championship last year to Grove City, so hopefully they find themselves in a similar situation and can turn the table.
Yeah, and women's volleyball started last week, Thursday. They hosted Waynesburg for 2 matches here. Beat Waynesburg handedly the first match. Second match doesn't really count, but it went 3-1. It was good to get them started. They played well, moved some people around, and they're looking forward to, as on this show, Coach Smith predicted them undefeated. So we'll keep bringing that up. But it was good to get them started.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we learned, a volleyball doubleheader takes a while. So it was, they take a little bit longer between matches than a normal softball doubleheader, what we're used to. But No, they're obviously a very talented group. First match in a long time. So, you figured there'd be a little bit of rust, but they've been practicing for quite a while. And, as Coach Smith says, she's very confident in this group. And so you just hope that things continue to play out that way. A young Waynesburg team came in and Geneva did what they were supposed to do, which is win. And so you just, again, hope that continues. It was just really nice to see them out on the court getting ready to rock and roll here. And all these sports in the fall that were postponed to the spring, we're starting to move now. And it's exciting to see these guys, these kids playing. And that cross country got underway Saturday as well with some good success.
Yeah, the women finished first place down at St. Vincent. It was originally scheduled for Bethany. And then the men finished fourth. So pretty good finish by cross country. And they're headed back out this week. And then men's volleyball had a rough week. They lost at Mount Union. And then, looked pretty good. The first two matches are here and the first two sets, and then ended up losing the match against Hiram on Saturday, which was very frustrating for Coach Concert. He still may be in his office watching the film.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to be here. I was talking to our SID, Chris Matthews, about the volleyball match because when I was watching, they were up 2-0 and then had practice, came back, and the match was over. They lost 3-2. So trying to get some insight. But, yeah, Kurt was here till I think the wee hours of the morning Saturday night trying to figure out what was going on. And essentially, talking with him, it's just guys trying to learn how to win, close things out. And that's an important piece of success is trying to figure out that formula to get that last point and put it in the win column. And even though you're up 2-0, you still got to play. And unfortunately, things fell apart. A lot of service errors in the third set, a lot of hitting errors in the fourth set. And then in volleyball, when you get off to a slow set in that fifth one, you only played a 15, so it's really hard to recover. So, it's disappointing. But again, haven't started conference play, even though Hiram was a conference opponent, it didn't count in the conference. So those matches aren't going to start here for another week or so. So the level of competition, I would venture to say that has been better for Geneva than any other school in the conference. So hopefully they're as prepared as they can be once those games start to matter.
Yeah, so a busy week, and it was exciting. It's just very exciting to be busy. In the moment, we don't always say that, but when we look back, we're really grateful that we're playing sports. But we'll be right back after the break with Abby King. Welcome back to Tornado Tuesdays. I'm here with Abby King, member of the women's basketball team from New Geneva, PA. So that's a pretty cool connection, Abby. You moved from New Geneva, PA to Old Geneva, PA, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the game Saturday against Teal. You made 6 3-pointers as a team.
Yeah.
Made 12 in the third quarter and 21 in the game. Pretty exciting to watch. How did it feel to play?
It was really great to play. We all went in with the mentality that we wanted to just go out and have fun for the seniors. And so I didn't even know how many points I scored until the end of the game. And so it was just fun. Everybody got to shoot, and it was just really fun to play all around.
Literally everyone got to shoot. I think everyone, at least attempted a 3.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Talk about the seniors though. What have they meant to you coming into this new team, this new environment?
They've been really great, actually. When I came on my visit, Lauren actually talked to me. And so that was a great first impression of her and everything. And then coming in this year, they've just been really good with guiding all of us. And just if we have a bad game or something, they just tell us there's another game, and they just keep us going, and they just lead us really well. In the locker room and outside, they're always checking up on us outside.
Cool, yeah. So it's been an up and down season at times. Looks like going to finish around 6th place in the PAC, which will be the highest finish in women's basketball history since joining the PAC. And we should mention you've scored over 100 points for the first time in 25 years as a program. Just talk about the highs of the season. How has that felt? It's been pretty awesome to watch.
It's been really great, actually. He texted us before the game, and he said that he thought we could do it to get over 100, because we've been on track for a lot of games to do really well like that. And I think we all just wanted it really, really bad Saturday. And when we finally got it, we were just ecstatic for everything for it. And the games that we've lost and stuff, we're all back in the gym the very next day, just working on what we all, and we've missed a lot of layups prior, and like we finally got like a football pad out, and we like just go at each other in between practices to like try to get layups in. So we just put in the effort where we lack during games.
No, that's great. We see you down here early in the morning working, so we really appreciate that. So academically, you're a business major. You started in biology, transitioned to business. Kind of, what are you thinking business-wise for the future?
I'm in between marketing or finance. I'm taking classes in like each one to see which one I want to like pursue, but it's leaning more towards marketing right now.
Cool. And how is balancing academics and athletics during this crazy semester?
It's actually been better like this semester than last. I kind of like stacked my classes. So like I have more classes Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, but I only have one on Tuesday, Thursday. So I do miss my work then, and I can get more shots up then too because I have more time off from classes.
Yeah, we always see you in the gym shooting, so obviously that's paying off. You're also always in the gym testing, so getting tested 3 times a week for basketball. How
Yeah.
how's that been?
It's getting better now. It was hard at first, but now we're just all used to it, so it doesn't really affect us when we go in. One of my teammates and I, we have like a routine already. Like I go up to her room, we go down, and then we go to class together every morning. So it's just part of our routine at this point.
Yeah, cool. So we have extended break before the tournament starts. Hopefully, maybe be able to add a game in there. But if not, how do you guys as a team feel you're going to be able to carry the momentum into the PSC tournament?
I think we're gonna handle it really well. We all already plan to be in the gym, especially like today. We are planning to be in there like most of the day, how we usually are. So I think we'll be able to just transition well, especially if we can get an extra game in.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to watching you guys compete in the PAC tournament. Hopefully, enjoy the break, rest up, get healthy, and just really excited about the performance Saturday, and hope that continues. So, thanks for spending some time with us, Abby. Well, great interview with Abby King. Really grateful for her spending some time with us. But let's preview some matchups for this week. So tonight, the women's volleyball team is headed down to St. Vincent. Uh, be their first road match, which St. Vincent historically plays Geneva really well. I don't know if it's the Coach Hozak, Coach Smith rivalry or if it's the players, but historically it's always a good match.
Combination of both, I'm sure. But yeah, Coach Hozak's solid for sure. Has been doing it for a long time, just like Wendy has, and they like to get after each other. So always fun. It'll be fun for them. And again, like you mentioned, first time on the road, so that'll create some different challenges that they're not used to in terms of how they're traveling and being safe and those types of things. And so, yeah, you just hope they can kind of keep rolling. But yeah, we got the women on tonight, and then over the weekend as well. They'll be here.
Yeah, Westminster over the weekend, and then Vance softball kicks off tomorrow at Franciscan. So these are not PAC games; they're PAC opponents. So looking forward to getting the softball season underway. What is your biggest concern? What is your biggest excitement for the season?
My biggest concern are blisters on my hands from shoveling snow off the field, which is a first in my career. But in terms of our actual team, I think I would say we're solid. I'm concerned defensively a little bit, in particularly in the infield. It's been a problem for us the last couple of years. And so if we can make routine plays, we can pitch. We can make routine plays. I'm pretty confident we're going to score some runs. So, giving teams 21 outs in a game, that's going to be the key. If we can do that, we'll be successful. I'm excited about the core players that we have coming back, having a year that was, cut short, obviously, last year. Really just excited for them to actually get back on the field and play. And I think we can do really good things. So if the folks do what we think they should do, the ones we expect, I think we'll be in a good place.
Yeah, and then men's volleyball is here Friday night against Penn State Barron. And then Alderson brought us back here on Saturday in between the softball, volleyball, and basketball games. So definitely a busy Saturday for us. Men's basketball, wraps up their season with senior night against Franciscan. And Coach Sanacero is really impressed with the Franciscan team. He thinks they move the ball really well. And excited for the matchup. It's not a must-win for the men, but it's really important for them to play well, having this week off and then having some time off before the playoffs start.
Yeah, you want to maintain that momentum. The presidents in the conference did vote that they would allow teams to add a game between the end of the regular season and the start of the conference tournament if you've completed all of your 9 games. And so, obviously, our women's team has already done that. So there's a possibility that we could add a game there. And then once the men finish Saturday, they would have another week before the conference tournament. Actually, more than a week because it would be about 10 days because it looks like neither one of our men's or women's teams will be playing on that opening Saturday of the first round. So they'll both have buys while running through there. So we'll see what it looks like. But yeah, you want to keep that momentum going for the guys for sure. Against a younger Franciscan team, they've had up and down results all year long. So on senior night, you hope those guys can end on a really good note, have some fun that night. And yeah, it's really the first one we've been anticipating these Saturdays for a long time now, coming up in March and April, and we're all going to have our hands full with a lot going on. But again, thinking back to where we were when we started this program, whether or not we actually be having any competitions, we like this this formula a whole lot better.
Yeah, and then just to wrap up, cross country is headed to Bethany on Saturday to compete. I guess the ice melted at Bethany, and they're able.
Yeah, and that's an important one because that's actually where the conference meet's going to be held. The championships in 2 weeks on the 20th, so they'll have a week off in between. But the conference always does that. They want to have a meet at the actual location where the championships will be held. And we got fortunate last week with the opener and the weather. I know there's a lot of concern about running in the snow and the ice in February, but pretty fortunate. So we're hopefully the long-term forecast works out and we can get a cross-country champion there in a couple weeks.
Well, we appreciate you joining us for Tornado Tuesdays. Looking forward to some Geneva athletics action this week, and we'll be back next week. Thanks.